Calgary teen is back from an all-expenses-paid 10-day trip to Europe, visiting historic sites where Canadian soldiers fought in the First and Second World Wars. She won her spot with 13 others through the Beaverbrook Vimy Prize. The goal of the program is to educate this generation about Canada's roles in the World Wars. Kevin Fleming has more.
Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw.
It's a war poem that Louise Ogbenar grew up with at Remembrance Day ceremonies in Calgary. She says it was a powerful moment standing in a cemetery in France, surrounded by fallen Canadian soldiers.
And I saw his grave as well, and I was able to sing that poem as well in front of John McCrae's grave. And to us, being the next generation up on the world stage, right?
Ogbenar is a grade 12 student at Bishop O'Byrne High School and spent 10 days in France and Belgium in August visiting museums, memorials, battlefields, and cemeteries.
It was a bit tough looking at thousands of graves and thousands of names, and I connected with history so deeply. It was really touching to see history right in front of my eyes, to be in the same places where soldiers were over 100 years ago.
The Beaverbrook Vimy Prize is awarded to students 15 to 17 years old, where they spend 10 days seeing where Canadian soldiers fought in the World Wars.
And just remember how much freedom really means. Freedom is never free, and just how much the First and Second World War is important to our history, both as a nation and as an individual as well.
Mary Lou Ogbenar grew up in the Philippines and still has family there. She lost her grandfather in the Second World War.
We have a project with Louise now that, back home, we will do something for her great-grandfather and other veterans in our village, in our hamlet, who, sometimes they are forgotten.
Louise says it was difficult seeing how young the Canadian soldiers were who were buried in France and Belgium, and hopes to share what she learned in Europe with others in her class. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.